Opening night in the NHL. Very excited. Looking forward to hockey season. Been working hard to get everything in line to get my calculations ready for this upcoming season. So I'm taking a look today at both Tuesday and Wednesday's games, the two opening nights basically. When I'm assessing hockey games, I look at them really across 7 different dynamics. The scoring creation, so when you have the puck, how are you able to turn it into goals? Scoring defense, how often do you prevent your opponent from doing the same? Puck control, which for those of you who are more familiar with advanced hockey stats is called Corsi, which is basically how much your team controls the puck versus the opponent's team. Then I look at power play and penalty kill, as well as the estimated penalty minutes that a team would have in the game. And then I look at goalie performance. So across these 7 dynamics, I use this to judge hockey games. In terms of results, football, I would say, has been a more successful sport for me, but hockey, especially over the past years, has been a lot better. I've spent a lot of the summer refining things. I'm very excited for the upcoming season. And I wanted to look today at 3 games across Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. Let's walk through the analysis. So the first game I wanted to cover was Boston versus Florida. So Boston's really an average team as far as scoring creation, as far as scoring defense. They're around as well. They're kind of both the same strength in both offense and defense. As far as puck control, they're slightly below average. Anything greater than a 50 would be a team that controls the puck more than average. Boston's a little bit lower there. Penalty kill and power play, they're around average, and the estimated penalty minutes that I would have for this game before I made the adjustments based on the situation would be about 4.7. So looking at Florida, they're much better than Boston is. In scoring creation, they're one of the higher teams. In defense, they're only slightly better, difference of 0.3 across the two of them. Where they really stand out is the puck control number. So against an average team, they would control the puck around 54% of the time. But because they're going against Boston, who is a weaker puck control statistic, they're going to be controlling the puck more than that. When I look at penalty play, they're much better. When I look at penalty kill, they're better. And when I look at penalty minutes, they are slightly less. The only real edge here I see that Boston has is in goalies. Boston's goalie is a lot better than the one I have projected for Florida. So in this game, I like Florida minus 1.5 at plus 168 at FanDuel. So in hockey, I tend to take a lot of these negative puck lines. If you've watched any of my videos and seen how I approach the NFL, for example, I like to get plus money. I'll take the plus money lines, or if it's a favorite, I'll usually lay the spread to lay less chalk. In this particular case, though, I like Florida here. I think Florida is a much better team. I think as far as scoring, they're going to be a team that's going to score a lot, no matter who they play, really. In this case, though, I think with the weaker offense of Boston as well as the weaker kind of, I guess you call it special teams in hockey, with their power play and the better penalty kill of Florida, I think Florida has the edge here. So I took them minus 1.5 at plus 168, and I took that at FanDuel. So that was the only game that I liked on Tuesday. So moving on to Wednesday, I wanted to take a look at the game between the New York Rangers and the Pittsburgh Penguins. So the New York Rangers are a weaker offensive team. They're okay in defense. Puck control, they're about average. Penalty kill and power play, again, around average. Slightly higher penalty minutes versus other teams as well. Their goalie is very good. When I look at Pittsburgh, they're much better in scoring creation than the Rangers are. They're slightly worse in defense. They're slightly better in puck control. So again, they control it about 51% against an average team. The Rangers are about an average team as you can be, so they have a slight edge there. With power play, I see that their power play squad should be very good at scoring goals. And with penalty kill, they're around the same skill as the New York Rangers. The only place that Pittsburgh is significantly weaker is in their goalie. But given the fact that Pittsburgh's at home, they are underdogs, so I took Pittsburgh plus 105, and I took that at ESPN Bet. So Pittsburgh here I see as the better team. Their scoring creation is significantly better than the Rangers is. Their scoring defense slightly worse. Their puck control's better. Their power play squad's better. Penalty kills are around the same. There should be slightly less penalty minutes that Pittsburgh generates. Again, the only thing better with the New York Rangers is their goalie. But I think the other strong parts of Pittsburgh makes it a good value play to get Pittsburgh at plus money at home on the opening Wednesday for the team. And the last game that I wanted to take a look at is the game between Calgary and Vancouver. So Calgary, offense and defense wise, is relatively the same, slightly above and below average in both respectively. They tend to control the puck pretty well. Their power play squad slightly weaker. Their penalty kill squad is slightly weaker. They tend to generate more penalties, and looking at their goalies, I have their goalies ranked very poorly. Vancouver is more of a slower playing team, kind of in both offense and defense. They're both kind of below there. Their defense is better than their offense. As far as puck control, they're around average. Penalty play, they're around average. Penalty kill, they're slightly better than normal. And goalie performance, I have their goalie really around average in the NHL, which that's slightly below because starting goalies are going to be weaker than the bench goalie. So in this case, even though he's like average, but the average includes those players that are second string goalie in it. So he's probably slightly below the average range of a starter. In this game, however, with the weak goalie for Calgary, I think this is a good opportunity to take the over here. So I took Calgary and Vancouver over 6.5 at plus 110. I took that at ESPN bet. So Calgary's a decent scoring team. They're a weaker defensive team. Vancouver is okay in both, but I think the weakness of Calgary's goalie is going to allow Vancouver to score some points. And with the better offense of Calgary, I think they'll score some goals as well. The penalty minute should be slightly higher than average for this game, so I think the over is the right play here. I get it at plus 110, and I took it at ESPN bet. Thanks so much. Happy hockey season. Bye-bye.